open them because there were just so many dolls, and I didn't want to buy dolls because there were so many dolls coming out where I was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I kind of want to make this sound like an infomercial. It's like, are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you tired? Are there too many dolls coming out? Well, you're not alone. Hey everybody, it's the Doll Circle, and today I want to do a doll chat video. I'm just going to talk about something that honestly has been rolling around in my mind since I talked about it on my Instagram story last week. I kind of was just, talking as I do, and randomly was like, oh, I'm feeling so almost like doll overwhelmingness, doll fatigue, almost like I jokingly said doll anxiety, and people were DMing me. They're like, you know what? I kind of feel the same way right now. And that just, again, kept going through my mind over the past weekend and through the week. And I was like, you know what? I want to sit down and talk about it because it has really been bothering me as well. And I thought it was just me, but I guess I'm not. I'm not alone on this. So let's talk about going through this little moment of doll overwhelmingness in the doll world right now. I kind of want to make this sound like an infomercial. It's like, are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you tired? Are there too many dolls coming out? Well, you're not alone. It seems like an ad for like a medication or something. I don't know. So last week, like I said, I posted that I was feeling kind of overwhelmed by so many dolls coming out and how that almost made me not want to buy them because I was just feeling so overwhelmed. So there's about 3 or 4 different points I have written down that I want to cover today. And the first one is that right now, it's a great time in the doll world, but it's also an overwhelming time because we have so many doll releases just in 2023, and we're only, a month and a half in, and it came out so fast. So for example, if we go back in time to the dark era where Monster High was gone, Ever After High was gone, Barbie was around, but nothing too glamorous, and there wasn't Rainbow High yet, and there weren't OMGs. It was like an era of, I really felt like I wasn't toy hunting. I wasn't doll hunting. It was just kind of a time in the doll world. And I mean, I did save a lot of money that time. And this was probably around 2016, 2017, where there wasn't just a lot of stuff coming at us yet. And then as the years kind of went on, we had LOL OMG dolls come out. And I remember that summer was nuts. And then we had Rainbow High, which we've had now for 2.5 years or so. And so now we're in a world where every day there's a new doll release. I mean, we have Monster High back, of course. And going into, like I said, 2023, normally after the holiday season, we won't have as many dolls out. But weren't we surprised in January when the Illy dolls were released? And we're like, hello, I didn't know you were coming out. Why is there so many? And there's like 6 in that series, right? $30 a pop. Okay, that's a lot of money. And then, you thought that was the only thing? No. Series 2 Shadow High came out. Boom. And there were so many of those. Looking at the price tag. Okay. And then fashion packs for the Illy dolls. And then now they were like, oh, guess what? Series 5 Shadow High. And you're like, oh gosh, so many things. And then Monster High, the Skulltimate dolls. Like, it literally feels like, and the Barbie Looks dolls. It literally feels like, like I'm in a hurricane/tornado of dolls. Which again, I don't want to come off complaining. I think it's great. I think it's great that there's so much variety in the doll world right now that if you're into one thing, they have a launch for that. Oh, if you're into Rainbow High, there's stuff for that. Oh, if you're into Barbie, there's dolls for that. So there's a lot coming out, which is good. Because again, the dark ages where we were kind of like in this doll drought, so to speak, was not fun, especially for a content creator. So that's like my next point I want to go into is, I'm not only a doll collector where I like to just buy the dolls to buy them, because I do buy a lot of dolls that I don't show on Instagram or YouTube, but also as a content creator, you want to buy the dolls to keep up with what people are posting and to be, talking about it, being topical. So almost I feel double overwhelmed because I feel like the pressure of like just doll collecting in general. I'm in the Facebook groups, I see things, I see Instagram, I see YouTube, and people are all buying everything. And I'm like, I want to buy everything too. Realistically, we cannot all buy everything because I was adding it up. I was like, oh geez, like if I buy every single doll that comes out, especially just like, we'll use example from this past month and a half, we're talking a couple $1,000s here that I cannot spend. So if you feel like almost like double the pressure, and I personally feel double the pressure because I want to keep up like, oh, people are unboxing these dolls, I want to unbox them too. And I didn't. Like for example, going into January was a long month for me. Feels like a whole year. I had a surgery, so that really postponed a lot of my filming of new things, and I didn't post any of the Shadow High Series 2 stuff until now, which is of course a month later, which realistically isn't a lot of time, but in the doll world it's like ages, you know, because everybody's already posted. So I feel like almost like this like unspoken pressure of, oh, I have to have the doll right away. And I'm learning now, and I've been doing it now for a little while, where if I'm not the first one to get it, it's okay. But I feel like a lot of us feel that pressure because everyone is posting dolls, and like you're like, I need all of them too. I want to be a part of the group. And I've had to slow down on that. So being a content creator and a doll collector, it's very overwhelming because you have it coming from multiple angles, because I want to keep up posting. Obviously the more I post, the more views you get, and that helps me out, you know. So I get it, but also I'm just so overwhelmed because there's so much coming out. I'm like, no, I have to be pickier. So that's going into my other topic where I wanted to talk about, what can we do? There's so many dolls coming out. And one thing that I've really tried to do recently is, for example, Series 5 Rainbow High, right? I actually didn't buy all of them. And that was hard because I really love Rainbow High, but I only picked 3 out of the 6 that I really liked. And I was like, you know what? If the rest go on sale, I'll get them. And that's it. Hard, yes. I know this is really silly to come on here and be like, it's so hard not to get all 6. I don't want to come off like that. It's more of like, from someone who is a collector, it's hard not to buy all of them when you want all of them. But I was like, no, I'm going to put a little money aside. I'm only going to buy 3 of them. And again, I don't want to shame anyone, but I budgeted into my February month where I'm like, okay, I'm only going to buy a few dolls and that's it. And I've reached my max right now. So for the rest of February, there better be no releases because I have no more funds to buy dolls. I'll have to wait until March and check out my little finance moment and see if I have space for it. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been looking at the dolls that come out, and I've just been saying, okay, I really like all of them, but I'm only buying my top 1 or 2 or 3, and that's it. And it's difficult, and then you gotta wait for them to go on sale. But honestly, what I've learned, and a lot of us who have Amazon, they're gonna go on sale. I mean, December was great for Rainbow High. I feel like so many dolls went on sale. I mean, even at Target did some sales. So again, this is difficult, but I only picked out my favorites. I'm trying to learn that I don't have to buy all of them all at once. And it honestly felt really good. Like, I got my box of the few from Series 5, and honestly, it felt good that I didn't go nuts and buy all of them, because I'm like, you know what? They're gonna go on sale. I'm gonna have to slow down. And I feel like a lot of us have that, like I said, going back into feeling that pressure, and you know, we want to belong to the group. So I feel like there is that like, oh, let's get all of them all the time. But I'm learning to slow down. And that has really helped in the past, at least week for sure. Because there's been a lot of new dolls, like the Skulltimate Series 2 for Monster High just had pictures. And the Monster Ball dolls just came out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that I didn't rush, pay double the price on eBay for any of these dolls, because they're gonna come out, and there's gonna be more that are gonna come out, and I'm just gonna have to slow down. And with Monster High, I'm learning I tend to like Draculaura, so I'm only gonna pick 1 character. So that could be another way that maybe can help all of you out there if you're feeling a little bit of doll overwhelmingness right now. Pick your favorite character and just buy those things. Like, don't buy all of the characters. Even though in the Monster Ball, they're all really cute. Like Laguna really looks cute too. I don't know. Too many dolls coming out. I want to know though, I want this to be an open conversation. Put in the comments below, how are you feeling? Are you feeling doll overwhelmed? Is it been too much for you? There's been moments, I'll be very honest with you, especially the past month. Part of the reason was like I spent a lot of time in bed working and not being creative and opening dolls and looking at doll stuff that much, where I kind of wanted to step back and not open them because there were just so many dolls, and I didn't want to buy dolls because there were so many dolls coming out, where I was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I had that thought. I didn't, and obviously I don't, because look, hello, I'm still unboxing stuff. But I kind of felt that. And like I said, I just want to see, throw in the comments, how have you dealt with it? How are you dealing with it as a collector out there? You know, I do want to be transparent with you. Like, I don't plan on stop buying dolls. I have slowed down buying as many, and then also, like I said, I am a content creator, so I do feel very, very, very lucky when any company wants to send me anything to unbox or show off or review, and that personally helps me. So I feel like from a content creating perspective, I do feel that little bit of sense of relief where I'm like, oh, okay, I really do want to unbox this doll, but I'm like, you know what, I don't have the money right now to do it, but if I get sent the doll, I'll unbox it, and that'll be able to allow myself that little bit of, yay, I got to open the doll and have it, you know? So, but it also, I work really hard as a content creator to get to that place. So I feel like it's a little bit, it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. That's just what goes through my head. But like I said, I want to know whether you're a content creator or just a doll collector or both out there. Let me know how you're feeling with the doll world right now. Is it overwhelming? Are you loving it? Are you buying everything? Like, because for a second there, I kind of was in that role of like, I just need to buy everything. And now I'm like, no, I don't need to buy everything. And if it goes on sale, maybe that's a sign then I'll buy it, or maybe I just won't buy it at all. And I have done that recently with a few of the dolls. I just have not bought them. Like, especially with so much G3 Monster High coming out, I'll be honest with you, like, I haven't bought any of the new ones, and it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel bad. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video. And again, I don't want to shame anybody. I don't want anybody to get angry. I hope this just helps people to understand that if you're feeling doll overwhelmed, which many of you did DM me on Instagram about it, like, I'm feeling the doll anxiety too. And that's why I've slowed down a little bit. And I still am obviously going to continue unboxing on this channel, of course. I mean, I don't think I'll ever see myself stop, but I have been pickier about what I'm bringing into my collection. And that has really helped me just kind of cope with feeling overwhelmed. And I don't know. It's a lot. There's a lot of dolls right now, and it's a good time to be a doll collector because there's a lot of variety out there. So until next time, check out more stuff from me in the description below. And again, please, positive stuff in the comments below. You know, try to help each other out. I know that as collectors, it can kind of feel overwhelming out there. So let's try to keep the positive vibes going, the caring vibes, because I had a lot of people send some very caring things where they were like, I'm feeling kind of sad with so many dolls too. And I'm like, me too. Like, you know. So let's talk about it and help each other. Until next time, bye everybody.